In this module, we'll be discussing word processing, creating tables. All right, the focus application for this particular module will be Microsoft Word. If you do not have Microsoft Word and you're using a program such as Pages, which is the Apple Works equivalent to Word, you should be able to follow along with what we're doing. Otherwise, I do want to encourage everybody to use some type of Word, Microsoft Word that is. If not, then you can use a word processing tool that at least allows you the capability of using tables and creating tables. All right, academic and professional uses. So there can be different academic and professional uses that you can take advantage of for organizing your information with a table, such as creating charts or organize and present your information in an illustrated format. Here is an example of some information that you might have to do one day, maybe for a PowerPoint. This is just a comparison of why or why not to attend college. So on the left, I have a con column, and on the right, I have a pro column. On the left, I can easily see that a con could be that college can be expensive. College, of course, is getting more and more expensive every year, whereas a pro could be that I do have higher earning power. Another con can be that I still have to take all my general ed requirements. A pro can be that when I leave, I will be a well-rounded cultural person. A con could be that it's very colleges are getting more and more crowded every year. A pro would be meet new people and have lifelong friends. I know I'm lifelong friends with a lot of people that I went to college with, even my sorority sisters we still talk very frequently, even though we're in different states. Now I'm going to take this same information and I'm going to put it in a table. Now looking at this have automatically been turned to an illustration. I've added some color. It has some pop. It's easy for me to put it in a PowerPoint. I can easily move it around. So in here, I still have my rows and my columns. I've merged a column at the top to get my heading. And this is a very good example of why you will want to use a table, especially in a presentation. So when you're using tables, you basically are converting text into an image. And people are visual learners, and it makes it a little bit easier if people can see information nice and organized and color coded. They actually retain it better. Examples of reasons why you would want to create a table is like a schedule or a calendar. At this point, let me just show you an example of some tables that have been created. So I'm going to just hop out of my PowerPoint real quick, and I'm going to jump into Word, and we're just going to see some examples here. So this is an example of time management. As you can see, I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns, and I have 3 rows here. And this could be seen as a weekly schedule. I can easily, if I wanted to, let's say on Wednesday, I'm going to teach a CPAS 1 class. And let's say on Friday, I'm going to grade discussion forums. So this is a nice, easy way of organizing my information so that I can put my information into a cell. This is a nice, easy, simple table. So I'm going to show you another one. Here's a good example of a daily schedule. You see I still have my rows all the way here going down, and then I have my columns. I've merged cells this time, and I use a little bit more color coding here. So merging cells means I've joined this cell and this cell together to make one cell. And the benefit of this is a very good visual aid. You can easily organize it. It's very easy to read. Everybody will be able to look at this and they can see, okay, on Mondays from 7 to 9, I'm in a CPAS 1 class, or versus Saturday from 7 to 1, I study. So it's a nice, easy, organized table that can give you a daily schedule. Now this one here is a little bit different. Notice I don't see any borders going around, and it has what's called a banded, where actually every row is a different color, shaded color. This is a nice, easy monthly calendar, and this is a table. It's not a drawing, it's an actual table where I can go in here and I can modify each one of these cells. And then you have what's called the information management. This is a very nice, easy table where I can have two columns here, a pro and a con, and I can make a decision about something. So let's say I wanted to type a pro, let's say gun laws. And let's say the pro for a gun law would be freedom. Or a con would be more deaths. So there's an easy way of organizing for pros or cons, and you see it's nice and neat. The text is all nice and separated out evenly because this is just a nice even column. Very easy to do. In here we have a truth table. Now the truth table, this is still a table. People may think that this is a drawing or some type of anything else, but this is actually a table. You just are not displaying the grid lines or the table borders. And so if I wanted to change that, if I go into layout, and I choose to view my grid lines, now I can see, oh, this is a table and I can still manipulate it, but this is just a table that's not showing the grid lines. And if I turn the grid lines off, I see a nice visual illustration. Now this table here is a very good table because it actually can, you can insert pictures. You're not limited of what you can do with a table. If you're using Microsoft Word especially, you can actually insert pictures inside of your tables and you can still do this color banding. Now this is a very good example right here of an invoice. This is all a table where I have my rows, I have my columns, they're all different sizes, they're all different widths and heights, and it's organized very nicely, but this is just one big table, and what we did is we erased different borders around it. But this is a very nice and neat invoice, which is a table, meaning that when a person actually tries to enter, if I want to put 5 into my quantity, an item into my 5 items, and if I want to do tab over and I want to put 3 units, a description, I want to buy a widget, I'm going to give myself a 10% discount. So everything will be nice and easily organized, and you can tab it over. And a good thing about doing it this way, if you have to give it to somebody else, it always comes back to you the same way and formatted this way. Because if somebody sometimes have to put the information in, they may actually put the wrong information. But if you give them a heading of what they're supposed to do, it makes it easier for them. So I'm going to go back into PowerPoint. All right, so a table versus a spreadsheet. So in Word or PowerPoint, again, you can insert a table. It puts in very nice rows and columns, nice and neat. In Excel, some people are somewhat intimidated by Excel because in Excel, you have your rows and you have your columns with your letters and your rows with your numbers. But Excel truly is a program where it has built-in math functionality in the background. So if you're building a table that has a lot of numbers in them, some people can get a little frustrated when they're manipulating it. So that's why some people prefer to actually do all of their Word or tables inside of Word. Now for my Mac users, you're going to have a specific table menu that you can actually click on. And this is where you will go to insert your table, to delete your table. You can delete columns, you can delete rows. You don't always have to just delete the whole table and start over. You can select, you can merge cells, you can split cells, you can even split a table into two if you like. And a lot of people don't even realize you can actually do sorting and formulas inside of a table inside of Word. Now for my PC users, you're probably using some type of version of Microsoft Office, probably 2007 or higher, and you have what's called a tab and a ribbon. So up here you have what's called the Insert tab, and the Insert tab gives you the capability of creating and modifying your table. Now once you've inserted a table, you're going to automatically get a contextual tab called a layout tab. And that layout tab gives you the capability of inserting or deleting rows and columns. And this is also where you can split cells or you can merge cells. And you can change your text alignment, whether or not you want it to be aligned to the top or to the bottom, or even the text direction you can actually do, you can change. Another tab you'll have is called the Design tab. And the Design tab, you can modify your existing table style. So if you want to change your table style, you can do that, or you can change the color and borders for your table. That's the whole purpose of the Design ribbon, is to help you format it so that it looks a little bit more visual to the eye. There's three methods for creating tables. The first method is inserting a simple table. When you insert a table, it gives you basically a square looking table. It's all the cells are of the same size and each row are the same size. So it's just a nice, simple grid square table. Another option would be to draw your table. When you draw your table, you're basically bringing out your creative juices. It has a creativity side to it because you can make every single cell a different size and a different form. But you can only do that when you're drawing the table. And I'm going to give examples of the three methods for creating tables. You'll see some additional videos here. The third method would be to use the insert. This is the shortcut method. This is probably the easier way to do it. So on your insert tab, you should see this table grid. Whether you're a Mac user or a PC user, you'll see this table grid. When you click on this drop down arrow for that table grid and you mouse over the number of rows or columns that you would like, so this is a 4x3 table. And when I put my mouse over 4 columns and 3 rows, it highlights it and gives me a visual on it. When I'm ready, all I do is I click and it automatically inserts a table for me. So that's a very easy and simple way. And again, I'm going to show you a breakdown of how to do all three methods of how to create a table. All right, if anybody has any questions, send me an email. Please watch the 3 additional videos about how to insert a table. Have a good day.